Okay, hey guys, it's Chris. So I just finished writing my letter. My coming out letter to my mom. So I figured I would share that with you. Now bear with me. It's a bit long, kinda. Not really. Okay, here it goes. Dear Mom, I'm writing this letter to you to help you understand who I am as a human being. There are things about me that I've wanted to tell you and share with you for a very long time. Now, I've told you this once before, and I made many mistakes. I didn't tell you the way I should have, and I didn't provide you with any information or even talk to you about it. This time, it's going to be different. I'm not afraid anymore. The reason I have wanted to tell you this is because I can no longer live the life that I have been living. I owe it to myself and to my future, as well as others around me. I pray that after you read this letter, you will still love me as much as you do now, and I pray that you will not judge me who I am as a person. I'm telling you this because not only do I want my mother to be part of my life, I need my mother to be part of my life. I want to be able to live openly and honestly to myself, knowing that my mother still loves me and respects me as much as I love and respect her. I am more than willing to bet that you are already getting what I'm going to tell you, and I'm willing to bet that you are most likely right. Mom, I'm transgender. I'm not a woman. I'm not female. I am a man. Mom, I've gone my whole entire life living as something that I am most certainly not. As a young, what was called girl, everything on the inside was right. Perfect, in fact. The only reason everything on the inside was right was because I thought like a boy, yet everything around me, everything on the outside, was horribly wrong. I was surrounded by pink, Barbies, and dollies, all things that I could not bear to look at, never mind play with. I wanted footballs, play guns, and to play with all the other boys. At first, when I was young, I had no say in what I wore. Like any other girl, I was put in cute little pink dresses and such, and I hated every second of it. It made me cringe. As I got older, I had somewhat of a say in what I played with. I never wanted to play with girls, ever. To me, they were yucky and they had cooties. I was always playing football around me with the boys. That was normal for me. I thought like a little boy. Things continued to stay like that. I didn't take much interest in what girls were doing. I was not really even sure how girls acted or what they played with. I had no interest in it. Now this is a story that you know all too well. Remember that day when I was 5 and I had a soccer game, but I forgot to take my earrings out? I'm sure you do. We tell it all the time. Well, when you were taking them out, and that little boy walked by and said, "Mom, Crystal's a girl," I know you thought it was funny, cute, and innocent, but on the inside it made me cry. It made me confused. I really was not sure what he meant by that. I mean, I knew there were girls, and I knew that there were boys. But I thought I was a boy. I considered myself to be one. I acted like one, and I played with them all the time. This is when everything started to progress. When I was younger, I didn't know there was really much of a difference between girls and boys. So I considered myself to be a boy. I thought that's how it worked. You were what you thought you were. Boy, was I so wrong. It tore me apart when I found out the difference. My whole world came crashing down. It made no sense, and I hated every second of it. Inside, I knew that I was not a girl. I never was, and I never will be, is what I told myself. As I grew older, I didn't care what society wanted me to be. I continued to play with boys and played sports. Around 9, I started asking you for boys' clothes, because I knew I had a say in what I wore. I remember you threw a fit, but eventually you gave in. I could tell that you wanted me to be happy. I'm pretty sure you can remember what happened when I was 10. For you, it was a good moment, and for me, it only tore my world down once again, and it only made me hate my body even more. At this point, I had hit puberty. It made me scream on the inside. This was not supposed to be happening to me. At this point, it literally made me want to die. It was so horrifying. It didn't make any sense, and only confused me even more. If I had the mentality of a boy, why was this happening? I would have given everything and anything to just make it stop. I remember when you found out and told me that it was normal for girls my age for that to happen. I didn't want it to be normal. I didn't want it, and I told you that. And you said there was nothing that you could do about it, and every woman got it. Well, what you didn't understand was that I'm not supposed to be a woman. From this point on, I'm sure you remember what it was like to live with me. I wore guys' clothes, I acted like a guy, and all my friends were guys. I wanted to be one of the guys. When I was about 15, I came out to you as a lesbian. At first you hated the thought of it, and you thought it was just a stage. My liking of girls was not just a stage. It was there, and it wasn't going away. It was so hard for me to even come out to you as a lesbian. I knew that I was going to disappoint you, and that was the last thing that I wanted to do. I tried my hardest never to let you down, and I know sometimes I do. So I did not want to let you down yet again, so I hid it from myself and from everyone around me. I just wanted to make you happy. I wanted to make you proud of me. And I still want you to be proud of me. You are my only mother, and no one can replace you. You have been my support, and you have been my rock for as long as I can remember. Granted, we have our fights and such, but you've always been there for me when I needed you the most. You've been there to pick me up off the ground, and you have been there to catch me when I fall. I love you more than anything, and I just want you to be proud of me. Here I sit in front of you, letting you into a part of me that I don't fully understand. I cannot really explain to you why I feel this way. The only thing I can do is explain to you how I feel. One simple way for me to put it is, every morning when I wake up, I hate my body. It's like the devil to me. I hate everything about it. It's not supposed to look this way. I'm not supposed to have a chest. Amongst other things. I can also explain to you that regardless of past experiences in my life, like Jeff, it has not affected me towards this decision. I know you think it has, but I can promise you that I have felt this way for as far back as I can remember. I know that you said that you wanted me to get therapy before I made any big decisions. Well, Mom, I have been in therapy. I just never got the courage to tell you. I have been talking with a gender therapist since I got to school. I know this is who I am. I am your son, Michael Christopher. My journey of life is just beginning, and I want you to be a part of it. I need you to be a part of it. My life is just beginning. You may be worried that I will change, but I'm always going to be your child. Always. I will always love you just the same, and nothing can ever change that. I want to make you proud of me, Mom. I don't want to disappoint you anymore. I also want to be happy. I know who I am, I know who I want to be, and I know that this is going to make me happy. Now I pray that you will take my hand on this journey of new beginnings and stick beside me. I love you more than anything in this world. I hope that you can treat me as your son, Michael Christopher, and I pray that you will accept me for who I am. I love you, your son. So, that was my letter. And I'm giving it to her this weekend, but there are also other parts that I didn't read. There's another page, but I don't feel like reading that. But yeah, that's my coming out letter to my mom. And I have one from my dad too, and it's very similar, just like with another story, and instead of her, it's his dad. But yeah, well, that's my story, YouTube. That's my letter. Okay. Peace out.